What's up guys, Shane here from Fugatech 3D Printing, and today we're going to do a quick little tutorial from my new office. Haven't done much here yet, but I want to get into adding some holes to a very complicated model for my sister for something she wants me to print for Christmas. Welcome back guys. So what I'm trying to do right here is I've got a model that my sister sent me and she'd really like me to print for Christmas gifts in order to give the rest of the family, and she wants them to be magnets for the fridge. So let me show you what those are. Okay, so right here we have the Labyrinth door knocker. Now if you're not familiar, Labyrinth was a 80s movie and these door knockers would talk and they were quite hilarious. There's one and then here's the second one here. So they're actually pretty cool, and right now they don't have any way to mount. So I loaded one up here into Prusa Slicer to show you. So here's just the head of one, and if we look underneath of it, you can see, yep, there's nothing there. It is just a solid bottom. So the only way to get this to mount, you'd have to either glue something to it or you'd have to put like some sticky tape type of magnet on the back. Well, because it's 3D printing, we can design something a little bit better. But I kind of want to show you what the difficulties were for me to kind of get this to work. Now, I work in Fusion 360 always, mostly always. So I loaded the model up here into Fusion, and it took me, I don't know, 20 minutes to like load it in. After that, I went ahead and did a repair because it said that the body had some issues with it, and it still says it does. It still says it's not oriented properly, but nothing I can do about that right now. So what do I do? All right, well, I tried to fix it, and then I went ahead and did a modify on the mesh. I did modify, and I did the convert mesh. Now this is the old mesh to brep that used to be in Fusion 360. That kind of just changed where it's at right now. Now I do have the paid version of Fusion, so my options look a little bit different to some people. So I have my body selected, and I did this one time I did base feature. I've tried parametric, and you can do faceted on the free version. You can do prismatic on the paid version. Prismatic doesn't even work because you can see the model. I mean, it's all black because it's so many facets. There, if I zoom in, there we can see his face now. But oh my God, does it kill my computer? I mean, this is an i7 with a 2080 Ti in it, and it struggles with this model because look at all of those faces. Look at all those triangles. All those polygons, like, oh my goodness. Like I said, out here it's just black. But if you go to the bottom, okay, there's not as many there. That's not too bad. But when I click on one and I try to delete the face, literally Fusion just dies on me. There's nothing I can do about it. So, okay, I literally can't get this working in Fusion. What can I do next? Well, sadly, Tinkercad is one of the better programs for super, super simple little things. I hate Tinkercad, but it generally works well for something like this. So I've already downloaded them. Here are the knockers on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and do import, and then I'll go back to here. And I can just kind of pull this over. And as you see, I can't do it because the file exceeds the size. This thing is 28 megs and 33 megs. So just too big to meet the 25 meg import limit on Tinkercad. Okay, so what else can I do? 3D Builder. I've used 3D Builder before for things, so I'll go ahead and load that up. Okay, so here we have 3D Builder. I'm going to go ahead and hit add, and I've already recently done one. So remove, and then go ahead and pull that one in, and there it is. I'm going to convert it or bring it into in millimeters, import model, and it does have a problem. Again, we saw that in Fusion. So this is actually how I repair 3D models as well, but I'm just going to click that button, and we're going to let this run. It'll take a little less than a minute, and then we'll continue on. And there we go. So that finished. It is now a fixed model. We're good to go. So you see 3D Builder brings things in so basically, which is why I kind of like it. So what we need to do now is I need to make some holes in the back of this so I can put some magnets in. So we're going to go ahead and insert a cylinder. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click here on the sizing of it, and I'm using 8mm magnets. So I'm going to call X8. We're going to go Y with 8, and they are 3mm deep. So we're going to make this 3.2. Now actually, I need to change these also to be 8.2. and this one to be 8.2. Now the reason why I do that is because when the extrusion goes down on the print, it goes down to the middle of the line, not at the edge of your line of your model. So if it goes down the middle, this is going to shrink by 0.1, and then just to deal with expansion of PLA, I'm going to give it an extra little bit, and I know this will work well. And we're going to move it, and we're going to move this down to 0 on the Z. So there we have our model right there. I'm actually going to have to make this at 1.5 because it is the center of it, not at the bottom of it, which there might be an easier way to do it. All I know is that it doesn't do that. So we're going to go ahead and get this ready. Now, what I do want to do is I'm going to put 3 magnets in this just because I want to make sure these hold up. So I'm going to Control Z, don't do that. Okay, so we're going to hit that, and we're going to go ahead over to Object. We're going to hit Duplicate and Duplicate. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of arrange these about where I'm going to want them when I import them into when I put them as holes into the model. So I think right about there is pretty good. So we're going to Control click all 3 of those, and we're just going to slide those underneath. And just going to have to kind of like eyeball about where I want them to go, which I'm going to call it right there. So their magnets are going to be just like that in the back of it. So, not done yet. Now we're going to go ahead and hit Escape. And we're just going to click on one object. And we're going to go ahead to the Edit. And we're going to go ahead and hit Subtract. Now that is going to subtract the circle that I selected from whatever it is intersecting with. So that makes, right there, now we have an 8.2 millimeter hole, which is 3.2 millimeters deep in the back of the model. Now all I have to do is select the other hole, subtract, and you think this is pretty quick. I mean, this only takes, what, 5 seconds, if that. Last one, subtract. There it is. It's that quick and easy to add holes in here. Now, it's this easy to do with a super complicated model. Again, I would normally do this in Fusion. I can do it in seconds. But because this model is so complicated, there are so many facets on it, there's just no way to work with a model like this if you don't have the step file, or I guess really the step file is what you would need to work on it, or the actual Fusion 360 file. This is a paid file. If you look on here, you see this is 291 euros and this one is 291 euros as well. So I paid $6 to get both of these models, and they're only come in STL format. So I don't know if he has anything about probably not remixing these, but I'm not sharing these models because I paid for them. I'll put a link for these down below if you guys want to buy them yourself. But you'll have to do what I just did if you want to make these into magnets for your fridge. Now all we have to do is hit over here. We're going to do Save As. We're going to call this the right knocker with holes, and save. And that takes a few seconds to save. And it's going to save it as an STL. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Proof Slicer. We're going to delete this one out. We're going to go ahead and pull in the new one. Oh, it's 3MF. Whoops. You can set it STL, 3MF, whatever it is. So there it is right there. There it has the holes in it. So we don't need any support for this one. And we're going to do Slice Now, just so we can take a look at it. And you can see I've got 3 8mm holes in there for those magnets. And it's going to print just like this without support. And it's going to take, how long did this take? I think it's 7 hours? 5 hours and 21 minutes. Not too bad. So there it is. I just want to give you a quick little tutorial on how it is that I manipulate STL files to try and get them to be what I want them to be. You don't always get source files, which I'll call Fusion 360 archive, or the actual step file for an object. So sometimes you got to work with what you have in order to make it work for you. Now the modeling skills on this far exceed anything I can do. Otherwise, I would love to make something like this. So I'm just going to edit what he already had made to fit my needs. I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial, as quick as I could make it, about 10 minutes. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check all the links down below. And again, if you want to pick up these files, the links down below will be there, so you can go ahead to Cults and check those out. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy printing, and I'll see y'all next time.